The Tsuchinoko has fascinated generations with its strange appearance and mysterious origins. What makes the Tsuchinoko stand out is not only its physical features but the various legends and claims that have surfaced over the years. The Tsuchinoko is a cryptid deeply rooted in Japanese folklore. Its name, Tsuchinoko, can be translated to child of the earth or earth child, which hints at its deep connection to the natural world. The creature is often described as a snake-like being, but with distinct features that set it apart from ordinary serpents. The origins of the Tsuchinoko can be traced to various regions in Japan, and it has been a part of the country's folklore for centuries. Some claim that it is a mythical being while others claim to have seen it firsthand. Its earliest mentions date back to the 16th century during the Edo period. However, its popularity surged in the 20th century when sightings and interest in cryptozoology began to gain traction. The Tsuchinoko's appearance is often described as a hybrid of a snake and other animal features. Its most distinct characteristic is its short, stout body, which is said to resemble a fat, coiled snake with a large, bulging midsection. The Tsuchinoko's body is typically reported to be between 50 to 80 centimeters in length, making it significantly smaller than most large snakes. However, what really sets it apart is its alleged ability to leap or jump short distances, a trait uncommon in typical serpents. The creature's head is often described as being round and flat, with large eyes and a mouth capable of opening wide. Some versions of the legend suggest that it has fangs, while others simply depict it as having sharp teeth. Additionally, there are varying reports about the Tsuchinoko's color, with some describing it as brown, while others mention it having a yellowish or dark green hue. While there are many interpretations of what the Tsuchinoko looks like, these features, short, thick body, jumping ability, and snake-like appearance, are the core characteristics that remain consistent in most reports. Quiet mountain village in Japan, nestled between ancient forests and winding rivers, lived a young boy named Haru. He had always been fascinated by the stories of his elders, especially those about the elusive Tsuchinoko, a creature said to resemble a short, chubby snake with the ability to jump great distances. Some villagers claimed to have seen one, but no one had ever caught one. One summer, after a heavy rain, Haru ventured deep into the woods to collect mushrooms for his grandmother. As he stepped carefully over the damp forest floor, he heard a rustling sound near a fallen tree. Curious, he peered over the log and gasped. There, lying on a bed of moss, was a Tsuchinoko. Its scales shimmered in the dappled sunlight, its small, beady eyes staring up at him with curiosity, and what seemed like intelligence. But something was wrong. The creature's body was trapped beneath a tangled mass of vines. It wriggled, but the more it struggled, the tighter the vines became. Haru hesitated. The Tsuchinoko was said to be mischievous, even capable of speaking human language in some legends. But as he watched its small body tremble, he knew he couldn't leave it there. Carefully, he knelt and began untangling the vines. The Tsuchinoko hissed softly but didn't attack. When the last vine was removed, it suddenly leaped into the air, twisting its body in a way Haru had never seen before. Then just as quickly it landed and slithered toward him, stopping at his feet. For a moment they stared at each other. Then, in a voice barely above a whisper, the creature thanked the boy. Haru's heart nearly stopped. He had heard the stories, but he never believed that Tsuchinoko could actually talk. He was shocked. In return for the kindness the boy had shown, the Tsuchinoko wanted to share a secret. Haru leaned in, his curiosity outweighing his fear. The Tsuchinoko's voice dropped to a whisper. Deep in the forest, beyond the 3 twisted pines, lies a hidden spring. Drink from it and fortune will follow you. Before Haru could respond, the creature coiled up, gave him one last knowing look, and vanished into the undergrowth with an impossible leap. Haru stood frozen for a moment before dashing back to the village, his heart pounding. The next day he followed the Tsuchinoko's directions. Past the 3 twisted pines he found a small, crystal-clear spring bubbling from the rocks. He cupped his hands and drank. From that day forward, Haru's life changed. His grandmother's health improved, their small farm flourished, and good fortune seemed to follow him wherever he went. Though he never saw the Tsuchinoko again, he often wondered, was it just a lucky coincidence, or had the mysterious creature truly granted him a blessing? No one in the village ever believed his story, but Haru knew the truth. Somewhere, deep in the forest, the Tsuchinoko still watched, waiting for another kind soul to share its secret. The first documented sightings of the Tsuchinoko occurred during the Edo period in the 16th century. However, it wasn't until the early 20th century that the creature truly gained widespread attention. The creature's most famous sighting came in 1920, when a group of men in Japan's mountainous regions claimed to have encountered the Tsuchinoko. They described it as a creature that seemed to possess the ability to jump and move in an erratic, unpredictable way, much like a kangaroo. In the years that followed, other reports came from remote areas of Japan, with many people, ranging from locals to travelers, asserting they had seen the creature. Some even claimed to have captured the Tsuchinoko, but it was often released before any evidence could be presented. This pattern of alleged sightings without concrete proof has only fueled the mystery. Despite many claims, the Tsuchinoko continues to evade the public eye, making it a symbol of both fascination and frustration. The Tsuchinoko holds a unique place in Japanese culture, often symbolizing the unknown and the mysterious. The creature is mentioned in various regional folklore, and its stories have become part of the fabric of local traditions. It's often seen as a harbinger of fortune or a creature with magical powers, depending on the region. In addition, the Tsuchinoko has been referenced in popular media, including manga, anime, and video games. Its mythical status has made it a favorite among cryptozoologists and fans of the supernatural. The creature also serves as a reminder of the deep connection between Japanese mythology and the natural world. Local festivals, particularly in rural areas, may even feature Tsuchinoko hunts, where participants search for signs of the cryptid, showcasing the cultural fascination with this elusive being. In these ways, the Tsuchinoko continues to play an important role in shaping the imagination of Japanese society, balancing between myth and reality. Several theories attempt to explain the Tsuchinoko's elusive nature and the frequent reports of sightings. One popular theory suggests that the creature is an undiscovered species of reptile that is capable of surviving in the remote, dense forests and mountains of Japan. This theory aligns with the belief that the Tsuchinoko is a type of giant snake or a cryptid that has somehow managed to remain hidden from the eyes of scientists and researchers. Another theory proposes that the Tsuchinoko may not be a living animal at all, but rather a product of human imagination or folklore. In this view, the creature's jumping ability and unusual body shape are simply exaggerated qualities added over time, much like the many variations of dragon myths in different cultures. Additionally, some suggest that the Tsuchinoko might be a supernatural being, possibly a spirit or a deity, given the mystical attributes associated with it in some legends. This theory ties the creature's cryptic nature to the larger cultural landscape of spiritual belief in Japan, where many creatures are viewed as embodiments of nature's hidden forces. Beyond folklore, the Tsuchinoko has made its mark in popular culture, appearing in various forms of media. In Japanese video games, it's often depicted as a rare and elusive creature that players must find or capture. In the game Pokémon, there is a creature named Ekans that shares a similar snake-like appearance, though it is not directly based on the Tsuchinoko. Despite the lack of scientific proof, the search for the Tsuchinoko continues to captivate enthusiasts and researchers. Various expeditions have taken place over the years, with some even offering rewards for proof of the creature's existence. Local legends have fueled many of these searches, and some researchers believe that the creature is simply too elusive to be captured on film or recorded by modern technology. A notable event in the ongoing search occurred in 1997, when a man named Kiyoshi Nishimoto, a Tsuchinoko enthusiast, launched an organized hunt to find the creature. Though no Tsuchinoko was found, the hunt brought attention to the cryptid, renewing interest in the mystery. The Tsuchinoko, with its strange physical traits and enigmatic behavior, continues to be a subject of mystery in Japanese folklore. Whether it's an undiscovered species, a supernatural being, or merely the result of human imagination, the creature's allure remains as strong as ever. Next time you're exploring the forests of Japan, keep an eye out. You might just catch a glimpse of something extraordinary hiding between the trees, waiting to slip back into legend.